Yeah, still a little bit deaf, but I'm trying to hear.
I'm sorry.
So when is your big vacation here end?
I go back on Tuesday, so it's just time off from work. I didn't really.
No, well, time
know.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, we call it annual leave. Some people call it holidays. Some people just say, "I'm not going to work for a week."
Yeah, that's awesome.
So all I've done is gone out and gone, I'm going to spend a whole lot of money that I don't have, and now I've got to survive for another week without any money.
Is it like so I can know that from like my team that I have in Romania, like where they have where they're required, the employees are supposed to, and the employers are supposed to ensure that the employees take at least 1 full week uninterrupted off from work. So it's like a mandated law. Is that what that is, or is just normally take a week off?
Yeah, well, we get 4 weeks per year.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, they don't want you to have over a certain amount that carries over from one financial year to the next, because they pay tax on what is left from the previous financial year. So they sort of say to you, like, the boss said to me, he goes, okay, you're going to have the Monday off in lieu of your birthday. And he goes, you still owe me at least about another week and a bit before the end of financial year. So why don't you just take the rest of the week off?
Okay, so it's them telling you. Okay, I was curious because, like, I know, like I was saying, like in Romania, my guys that I have there, they have, again, 4 weeks or something that they get a year, but the government tells us that that we have to make sure that they take at least a full week interrupted each year. That they're not, that if we don't make them take that much time off, then we get fined.
That's not like that.
Being in violation. Okay, it's just different because we still also have a carryover and everything else there with that. I was just curious.
It's the employers.
Okay. I'm just fascinated sometimes by some of the labor laws. Exciting, riveting thing this morning. Welcome to Legion of Labor.
You're looking a bit blue.
For our next trick, Mark's going to go into labor.
No,
give birth to this program.
The comment of the day: I'm excited by labor laws.
I live in a weird world. Okay. I work with contracts and legal language all day long, so sometimes.
Whereas I've been living in the world of Mark today because I watched episode 2 of Monarch, and I also finally watched -1.
There you go.
And it made me cry at the end.
I told you it would.
-1, right?
I saw Mark peek, and then you said that, and he just came. Just like that. It was amazing.
Dude, it's a masterpiece film. Like, it exists in the category of masterpiece cinema.
It did.
So -1 is on Netflix?
Godzilla -1.
Godzilla -1. Okay.
Yeah, I struggled for a while the story was building, because it does drag on for quite a bit, but then you get involved in the people's lives. It's not all about
it's a real movie. It's not just a random monster movie.
Yeah, it's not like, as you said before, people just want big monsters. Let's all just fight and let's just be the whole movie. But it's you're getting to fall in love with the characters and follow their story, and you feel for the people, and it's just But it was tears of joy at the end, not tears of sadness.
When he gets the note and he just goes running, you're like, wait. And then he opens the door, you're just like, oh shit. Oh shit.
I kind of went, no, it couldn't be. No fucking way.
I know it, dude.
So, madam, it's tax season. Are you excited about that?
Huh? What'd you say?
Yeah, it's a ridiculously good movie. Yeah, and Monarch episode 2 was fucking awesome. Kurt Russell's a badass, dude. He's also an idiot. You don't have another drone laying around, do you?
Oh my god! Yeah, and then obviously the you get to see the new Titan, and he's a scary looking.
Oh, if you just watched -1, then you probably saw like some major parallels between -1 and this episode of Monarch. The boat,
the boat,
right behind it.
Oh, I'm like, what the?
And then -1 right behind the boat, chasing the boat.
The thing that sort of tripped me out was the retractable spines.
Oh, on Godzilla, yeah.
That sort of tripped me out a bit. I'm like, I don't think I've seen that before.
No,
it's
that's
usually
the first time they've ever done that.
Wolverine.
Oh, look at that, Steph. We're matching.
That was like the most devastating heat ray that he's ever had, though. That atomic bomb heat ray.
Oh. Yeah, I like how they call it like a heat ray. Because they've got absolutely no idea it's radiation.
They don't have any knowledge of nuclear or atomic. They just know. It's a
heat ray. He's a dragon. Japanese like dragons.
He's a dragon. I like how they explain how he stands up in the ocean as well. Because I don't know if you've ever seen those.
He's treading water.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know Godzilla's odd shape. Like all Godzillas have that shape, like, you know what I mean? Like they're really wide at the base,
triangle
at the top. Yeah, he's literally built to be a buoy. At any point, he can just.
It's not a girl. He's a buoy.
Pull up and buoy. Buoying. Oh,
hello, Gary B.
We got Gary frickin' B. Pulling up, dropping memberships. Appreciate you, Gary.
Recipient was My Nerdy Collection.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Jeremy pulled up, got blessed, just like that.
Good morning to you, Mr. Gary.
Good day, sir.
You have a good day. And you'll like it because it's Friday.
Yes.
Good day. As long as we're at it. Good morning,
2020.
Mr. Ben Compton. Good morning, everyone. He says, Green Lanterns, let's go. I don't know if you know this, Simon, because I know you're a big Marvel guy, but Green Lanterns is actually a team of characters, actually. There's Green Lantern Corps in the DC universe.
Yeah, and there's a squirrel.
Among other things, yeah. It's a group of guys who like to show off jewelry, and they're big into emerald jewelry, no less. And then some people broke off later because they wanted to wear piss jewelry or something. I don't know. Let's see. Paul Morales. Good day, sir. He's the toy champ. It says that right there in his logo, or it says top champ. I can't tell. Toy champ. Yep.
It's
toy
too
champ.
small for me.
Well, you're on a smaller computer or phone. Collector P, good morning. The recipient of our new membership. This is best community ever. We'll take it. Why not? Oh, and he gifted another membership. This one went to Everything Nerd Reviews. Thank you very much, Gary. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. I don't care what Simon says about you.
And I hope you're still having your Vegemite for breakfast. He claims since the two Simons introduced it to him, he was having it on his toast for breakfast. Whether that's still true or not is another question.
Well, I hope you won't wake up tomorrow, or I don't know, or would it be staying up? I'm not even sure for this weekend's Only Slabs.
I shall see how tomorrow goes. What time I fall asleep. But the way I've been sleeping during my holidays, I've been falling asleep during the day more and not sleeping much at night. So it's quite a possibility I might be there.
It's actually, I didn't even.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah, I said I didn't even do the time change on it when I posted. I said, "Well, I'm sorry for the poor guy, but it is what it is this week." Because
awesome, Gary, awesome.
It's just like when we had Neville on. I have the same thing. I have this event that's at 11:30 my time. So it's like I can't do the show then. So right,
that's the one good thing I like, that you don't have to do. Like, I can just literally just go to your channel, have a look at the scheduled time, and it gives me my time.
Right, because
so much easier.
because I put them scheduled in advance like that.
So we go to live. We go to DVH, and it is 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, sorry about that. But hey, that's right. Pretty soon we're coming up on that wacky time. I was also setting up the next several in the queue that I was creating my IG thumbnails for that have the times on them, because now I'm removing the times from the YouTube one, because I'm like, why do I have a YouTube? It just crowds the thumbnail when the time is on YouTube. So for the IG ones I do, I said, oh great, we're in this time. We're coming up on, for the US this weekend is our spring forward. This on Sunday. And then
some of us, not us, not Arizonians, because we're.
Oh, you're talking about daylight savings?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Which means normal time is going to go back to 5:30 in the morning then.
So we'll spring forward, and then, but it'll be just us. But then 2 weeks later, the UK will spring forward, but you guys won't.
No.
And then there's like another week or two before then you guys spring forward. It's like,
I think we're the end of March, I think.
Or actually, you guys fall back. You don't spring forward, you fall back because you're already on. You're on.
Yeah, and then Only Slabs will go. That's how I judge it, is by Only Slabs time. then the non-daylight savings times will be 4:30 in the morning.
That's fair.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's completely freaking cool.
Wackadoo how it's a 3.
Why the
2
world
hours
can't just say, okay, this is the day that we.
Yeah. Let's just all do it at the same time.
Right? Oh. Okay, well, interesting.
They're not laws.
Well, there are laws actually that pertain to daylight. Local laws determine whether or not a region follows the standard time, or whether or not they choose to adopt daylight saving times. For example, Madam's bringing up Arizona, where she's at. They've chosen not to observe daylight savings time in their region, so they never change times. Everybody else moves times around them just to confuse the hell out of them.
We are the center of the universe, really.
A universe, one where horses, ladders, and cubes mean something. California, we voted as voters to not play this stupid game, but our legislators and stuff have said, yeah, we know we put it up to vote, but we didn't think you'd actually vote for it, so never mind, and not do anything with it, which has been truly annoying. And then, of course, United States law, federal government changed, because it used to be we were in line with Europe when they adopted it, not. And about 20 something years ago, I think it was, federal government decided, oh, no, we're going to change that. We're going to do our own thing. And they shifted it, so we're like 6 weeks earlier than the rest of the world when we do it. So yeah, it is affected by laws, actually.
At ours, they just change it whenever they feel like it. It's always around the same sort of time, but
I think it's rude to mess with people's sleep like that.
I was born in daylight saving times. You barely adopted it. I don't do a very good Bane voice. Sorry.
Yeah, get at her.
Unless I'm to do the Harley Quinn one. Oh, I was born. I can't even do that. Never mind.
What other impressions do you have, Rob?
Give up while you're behind.
None, apparently. Yeah.
Can you give us?
You want me to give up my behind? What?
Give up while you're behind.
I didn't know you were into that. Guy, you. Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Any impressions, Simon? Of anybody famous?
No. No, I can't even do an American accent. You all sound the same to me now. It's like I'm just talking the same dialect, same language, same everything. It's just, everybody's like, oh, you talk to the Americans all the time. You should be able to do an accent. I'm like, it just sounds the same to me. It just sounds normal to me now.
Yeah. I wonder if our accent is rubbing off on you.
I couldn't tell. I can do a slight British accent, but I cannot do impressions, and I cannot do an American accent. I've tried and failed miserably. So if you can't do it, don't even bother.
There's so many different dialects of the English language around the country.
Oh yeah, it's your accent is clear. And that's yeah. I was gonna say, like, they're like out of some of the YouTube guys, like, they say, oh, yours is the most Aussie accent, and then I'm thinking, no, Lee is way worse than me. He's got the full Aussie, like, bogan accent. Whereas I just feel like I sound normal, but yeah.
Yeah, we expect to find in a dirty pub calling everybody Bruce.
Oh, literally. Love the Kiwi accent. Well, the Kiwi accent's very similar to ours.
Sheila.
They have different accents, a bit like Canadians. Like, Canadians sound American, but they've got certain accents on certain words and things like that.
Whoa.
Kiwis are the same.
Whoa. Careful.
Canada has their.
This is from an outside looking.
They have like that Minnesota drawl.
Yes, they got.
Don't
you know now? Hey, now there, I'm gonna go out there and do something.
So that's probably their version of a bogan accent from here.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing. I like to think it used to be. It used to be that before a lot of the outsourcing that goes on today, a lot of the call centers were in the Midwest, because it was deemed that the people in the Midwest of the United States had the least or most neutral accent in the United States. And so they would intentionally set up call centers in those areas so that way they could, or hire people from those areas for call centers, so that way they could have a generic sounding accent. They didn't want to have people with a deep Southern drawl or Boston twang, or somebody going, "Sup, dude," all of that.
so no Jersey and no Minnesota.
Oh God,
I hate. No offense, I think that's the worst American accent we have.
I don't know.
Is the Jersey, New York accent.
A good deep Creole is. I don't understand. Yeah, that becomes real tough.
Oh God.
Yeah, I remember when I moved from Wisconsin to Arizona, like I was teaching, and one of the kids raised their hand, and they're like, "Where are you from?" Like, I'm from Wisconsin, and they're like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because you have an accent." I'm like, "No, I don't."
We were wondering why all you ever did was eat cheese and drink pop.
Is that where the cheesehead people come from?
Yes.
Yeah, and they all drink pop.
And they all drink a lot of beer because it's very cold and depressing there.
So you drink more cold drinks in cold weather.
A lot of bars. We have a lot of bars per capita, I think.
But I guess it's technically pop. Because the pap would be more of a fucking Boston thing, where they put A's instead of O's.
Boston.
I don't know. But hey, there we go. Apparently, there's a TV show coming out soon, I guess, on HBO. Is that true, Mark? Or is it just teasing it?
It's definitely true. I'm on X right now looking at stuff. It's divided the fandom. I think it's really split people's right down the middle with this one.
I think there's nothing wrong with having a trailer that doesn't reveal anything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I agree.
So I watched the trailer.
So just the ring on the dash.
Nah, I watched the trailer and went about my day and didn't come back to any dialogue about it.
I was referring to the trailer.
Yeah, I'm saying nah to what you're referring to. Like there's it's the suit in the closet. And this is my favorite part. It's going to be a little bit for this how stupid people are. The suit in the closet, and everyone's like, oh my god, his suit's supposed to be made out of their ring, just proves that they don't know what comics are. And I'm thinking to myself, you stupid bitch. His suit was not a construct for decades. His suit literally hung in his closet. He would go to his apartment, put it on, charge his ring, go fight crime, whatever, or do like Superman and rip his clothes off and have his costume on under it. So I'm seeing all these people posting online like pictures of Green Lantern and like his suit's supposed to be a construct. I don't know what they were thinking. Why can't they read a comic? And I'm loving it because I'm going under every single one of them saying his suit was literally cloth for decades.
Of course you are.
Kind of like Guy Gardner's stupid haircut that you all loved that he doesn't have anymore because they went back and pulled his stupid haircut that everyone defended. Oh, it's in the comics. Yeah, but he hasn't worn that stupid haircut for decades now, like since the early 2000s.
Hey, isn't he like a flat top or something now? Or?
Bro has like
how stupid
cut,
is
you know what I'm
this
saying? Like high and tight. Like he doesn't look like an idiot.
The proverbial bowl haircut.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is crazy. We don't even know that their suits aren't constructs. We just know that there is a suit hanging in a closet, and they intentionally didn't show us any of the big action stuff in the trailer.
Maybe that's his old suit, and now maybe he does make it as a construct. You don't know until the show comes out.
Maybe
Marcus, keep your head held high because you are right about that.
Hey, you are also the concept that you may prefer to fight in regular clothes, but you only use the construct when you need to. When you have no choice, you don't have time to go back and put on the threads or whatever else, because God forbid if you're in the middle of a fight and you get distracted and your construct fucking fails and you're fucking dangling all your shiny dangly bits out there for everyone to see. Right?
Or like, oh, I can't fight. I forgot my suit. Can you wait for me to go and get my suit and come back?
Then the next one is like he doesn't have the green aura around him when he flies, talking about how and that like really smooth transition from walking on the side of the road to just lifting off into the air. I'm like, wait a minute. We have an example of the DCU lanterns with Guy Gardner. Like we just had it in the Superman movie that all of these massive fans and all this and that were like loved to death. Guy did not have an aura around him in that whole movie. Like they've already established, I think, what it looks like to use the ring, you know, and like there wasn't really anything that broke the consistency. Yeah, I'm with you, Marcus. Like I thought it looked dope. My biggest thing was it looked exactly like he told us it would look 2 years ago when he did that whole announcement thing. And he said like we're going to have a TV show on HBO called Lanterns. It'll be a detective murder mystery show in the vein of True Detective. I'm like, yes, that's what we need. We have the colorful, jokey Peacemaker, Superman, Suicide Squad. We need something more serious tone. You have to have variety. You know, it shouldn't all look like it came off the same assembly line. These are different characters.
Otherwise, it gets stale fast and nobody wants to. People get bored.
Exactly. And I'm like, dude, this looks. So I watched it. I'm like, dude, this looks exactly like anybody who's been like awake or looking into this or following any social media on it. It's like, wasn't a secret. Like it's been heavily talked about what this is going to be or what they're attempting it to be. My biggest fear was it wasn't going to look like this. Like this is exactly what we were told it's supposed to be. That's exactly what I want it to be. And there it is.
What's it going to be rated? It looks like it's going to be.
It's already. They dropped like 4 episodes in the trailer alone. But the casting is fantastic.
Well, it's an HBO show.
I wasn't sure about Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, but Aaron Pierre as John Stewart. That was something that like a lot of us like back before they even announced a Lantern show, we saw that Rebel Ridge movie on Netflix.
Oh, that was awesome.
Remember we did that whole thing where we're like posting and dropping hashtags like for him as John Stewart, and I don't think we influenced it, but there was like a fan call for him to be John Stewart. He's like perfect for the role. So I'm stoked for it.
We ourselves our training day buddy cop Hooray.
Still
Meanwhile,
think that there's going to be an element of, old man Hal when he was infected by parallax for those years when he had the gray on the side and everything. I think that might be the Hal Jordan we'll be introduced to, and it might be a reveal at some point in the show that this is the unbeknownst to him infected by parallax Hal. Because to your point, the ring has yellow on it, like it's gold or whatever, but there's a yellow
Didn't look
impurity
green at
on the
all.
ring design itself.
I'll watch it. The nice thing is this will be one of those things where, these are sometimes some of the best is that I know of the Green Lanterns, but I've never read a Green Lantern comic, so to speak. So I'll be able to sit down and watch it and not be burdened by any real misconceptions or anything like that. And just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, that's what I've said. Yeah, that's what I've said a lot. Like anything DC, or like I know a little bit about backstories about DC, but any of this independent stuff that comes out that I know next to nothing about, I can just go in blind and just either enjoy it or hate it for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Superman movie. It's like, it was shit. All right. Just kidding. It was shit. It was just okay.
I agree.
It was fine.
I have a question for everybody. And
yes, Iron Man is coming back, this time as a woman. No, I don't know.
It was called Ironheart. It was okay.
If you had to marry, right, for life.
God, here we go.
Yep. Any
my wife? Very good. All right.
Marry, and it can't be your significant other, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Mary Marvel.
You have to pick. You have to pick a fictional character.
For like movie based or out of the comics?
No, out of the comic universe.
So you can't say just the rabbit.
Because Mary Jane Watson's a superhero now, right?
She's out of the comic book universe, so.
Well, but she's also a superhero now because her piece wasn't just someone from the comic book universe. She said a superhero.
And you stole my guess, you bastard.
And since MJ is now Venom, right? So there you go.
Greatest move Marvel ever made.
Who are you picking, Mark?
What's the question?
The question is if you had to marry someone from the comic universe.
A superhero. She said a superhero specifically.
Who would you marry? Yeah.
Mira.
Is that the Aquaman wife?
Yeah. Mira. It's like not even close. Like it's Mira number 1. Not even close for me.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Simon, you want Emma Frost?
No, that was
no. He was offended. He's like, that bitch.
I know, right? He was like, how dare you?
I don't want to read what's in my head.
Oh yeah, good point.
I was going to say MJ, but yeah, seeing MJ is taken now by Rob, I'll say Felicia. That's the next logical choice. I know a lot of people would say, "Why didn't you go Gwen?" I'm like, "No, I'll go Felicia." Black Cat for you.
Okay, thank you. Cool.
There
and
you
then
go.
Some people like Starfire.
And madam, which woman are you marrying?
Yeah, right. Wonder Woman. Sure.
There you go. She can tie you up, make you tell the truth all day. Let's go.
Yeah, after seeing, Gal Gadot or whatever doing all her stuff, I think that was.
All right. Red Sonja would make an interesting conversation about her attire.
She'd make you her bitch.
Yeah, she'd be like, "This is uncomfortable. Why am I wearing this? I can't do anything."
I hope you have a little bit
more like just pick you up and throw you down and do whatever they want with you.
I hope you got a set of pasties on because man, that chainmail's got to chafe those nips.
I know.
Couple of band-aids underneath.
I'm just being practical here because obviously you're not. One of us has to be.
So what would be your answer to that question then, Steph?
What would my male answer to that question be?
Sure,
male, female, whatever tickles your fancy.
I think I would really probably be drawn to Iron Man.
You want somebody who's
Because
just
he
drunk,
looks
drunk and lays about all the time, and
well,
She
And-
likes the
and-
money. It's all about the money.
and talks
I have
down
a
to
reason.
you.
I have a reason.
Okay.
Like Batman is too brooding, and depressed all the time. So no, right?
Mhm.
Superman is going to be gone all the time, flying around, saving the world and looking all awesome. Everyone's going to want him. Iron Man is just, got all the toys. And he
You're like an arrogant bastard, do you?
Except that he has substance abuse problems, and he's also not around, and has a high opinion of himself, and
That's okay. Those are going to all be overlooked.
those can all be overlooked with enough money. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he probably likes cocaine, so that'll add to that.
Okay.
I wasn't even there, and I'm just running with the joke.
Thank you, Spidey. I appreciate that. Bringing it back.
Rob, I blame you.
I left it for 1 week, but now it's back. All right, we can keep it going. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you're going to have to start turning them at him. I mean, want some Coke stuff?
The funny thing is, I don't even like to drink Coke. So
no, it's all pop. We know.
Pop,
and then you go get a drink from the bubbler.
Oh, the bubbler. Jesus.
Okay, that's way over my head.
The water fountain.
It's the water.
Oh,
fountain.
okay.
Yeah, because the water bubbles up.
Okay. Mark, are you writing that in there?
No.
It's AI predictive text to incite the show.
Okay.
It's a new AI feature. You put it on the newsreel feature, and yeah, you're in.
Oh, awesome. I love this rumor. I'm
Little,
not just
little nose candy never hurt nobody. Wait, well, that's not true. But hey. Again.
Biggie Shack. I wouldn't get married to any of those Supergirl heroes. I'd marry some normie without issues.
Well, that's where I kind of like about Mary Jane. She's aside from that whole symbiote thing right now, she's pretty normal.
So pre symbiote, pre jackpot era MJ.
She's super, but at her core, she's still always caring. She cares, and she's supportive, and all these different things.
Without power, she still carries her own.
Yeah.
You're like, she could be barefoot in the kitchen. She'd be great.
If she's an independent woman, she don't need no Peter.
She doesn't need it, but she wants it. Different. Yeah.
There was a joke there about web fluid, but I'll let it go.
Gets all over the place and it's sticky as hell.
What's up, Bobs?
How many web fluid accidents did he have? What? I'm just changing my web fluid. Leave me alone. Man, or when Gwen sits down and use his computer. Why is your keyboard so sticky? Oh, it's just web fluid, I swear. How many spider sites does he have on his web history? So we get from one con, the Stockton con I was at this last weekend, then I go to a San Jose Super Toy Show this weekend, where there's always a bunch of comic guys there. But maybe look for see if I see an Evel Knievel stunt cycle.
What would you do with that?
Own it.
Okay.
He doesn't have to cut the back out of a comic to get it.
I would buy that to own it, so it's.
Why else do I buy things?
I don't know. Why do we buy anything? Except more than what we need. We are always over consuming everything.
Like, hey, this is mine. This is mine.
It's as I said. Like I've literally gone to a whole pile of shops in the last couple of days. I think I've spent money in nearly every single shop, and now I'm broke. Almost. Including needing a new pair of sneakers, and I ended up buying 3.
Well, that's so you don't have to buy any for a while.
No, that's right. I always get good wear out of my sneakers. They always last me at least 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you just sit there in that chair all the time then?
I know.
No, it's just I always buy Jordans or Nikes, and I've always gotten good, fantastic wear out of them. And I used to play basketball for a long time too, so I do get good wear out of my
tore
shoes.
up as hell inside, or smell something fierce, or something. I don't know. I can't imagine that kind of time out of a pair of sneakers.
Like not wearing them every day, obviously, but yeah, it's because I have to wear steel cap work shoes at work, so I can't wear my runners. So
you wear them like once a week?
Wear them on weekends, and if I'm doing anything at night time and stuff like that. So yeah, even when I played basketball, like when I was younger, I used to play 4 to 5 nights a week, and I would still have the same pair of runners for all that sport as well. So
I still can't believe you get that kind of time. Good for you.
Back in the young days when I was fit and young.
Do they burn themselves after 5 years?
Back in the young days.
No, I still have some pairs from the old. I still have some old pairs floating around. Probably can't wear them anymore. They'll probably fall apart.
In Australia, they must get some kind of special quality shoes or something that are designed not to have to be bought by consumers every 6 months. Are they made somewhere other than like Vietnam or
wherever Nikes and Jordans are generally made? That's where we get them from. So
Those are from small hands of children.
Well, they do a great job.
I have no idea. Oh, I mean, I probably get a couple of years out of a pair of sneakers, but then that's because I wore flip flops 99%.
Yeah.
It's like the only time I put on the sneakers are like on Wednesdays to go to the office, and then if I'm going to a con to walk around for all damn day, I'll usually put on shoes just because.
Yeah.
But
Put on your sketches.
Yeah, my step-ins. That's right.
The only reason I would put on sneakers would be to go hiking, and this after that it's all
Wouldn't you
sandals
want
or
like proper boots or something if you were going hiking?
Pardon?
Wouldn't you want like proper protected boots or something?
No, I like to just fly by the seat of my pants and just wear tennis shoes.
That's fair. Space Case. God, no, never wear socks with flip flops.
No, it's been banned. Aren't you thrown out of the country for that or something?
Just douchey people do that usually.
If I need to wear socks, then I'll put on shoes. I mean, the step-ins are not hard to get into versus the others, but yeah, no, that would be.
Is Rob the only one who paid to keep the lights on? I'm outside in the front porch, and the light is a sensor light, so that's gone off. That's my
and what time of day is it for you?
And it's midnight, so
yeah, so that's fair there.
Yeah, the sun is going to come up over here in about an hour and a half.
The sun has not come up over here yet because it's only 5 a.m. But I run with multiple points of light because I might as well. I just turn it all on. Then I think
my new
I'll
light
start
is
working
working
from here and everything else. Oh, look at
There
this!
we go. There's some light.
This is a bug.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you a bug?
I'm a grasshopper.
A grasshopper.
I technically am a bug.
Right. Okay.
I thought he was straw hat Luffy for a second. Then
Are you hunting grasshoppers?
She's Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh well, gosh darn it, too.
Yes, she is.
Well, a spoonful of sugar will help that medicine go down.
Watch your mouth, Rob.
Can I at least show you
Yeah, let's
where
see.
there might be the hornet stuff?
Oh, I gotta go check a hornet's nest. Let's go.
Okay.
Ooh,
There we go.
I'd take protection, but
Never called.
Well, no, he's not going to go play with it or jab it, but
He's
yeah.
just free for
How,
it.
free foot? How else would you wear flip flops? That's how they're designed.
Yeah, we don't call them sneakers as common over here, Burke. It's any kind of sports shoe or anything like that. We generally just say runners. Doesn't matter whether they're basketball boots or or actually running shoes.
Well, it's just because Australia hasn't gotten to the point yet where they're lazy enough just to sit about all the time, where they're trying to sneak away from work. Instead, they're actually running to go do something.
Or running away from something.
Oh yeah, cool. Touche. Australia, we've heard about you. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, they refer to all the high tops as boots because they all looked at.
That's so funny.
As opposed to, we'll define a boot individually different than a high top sneaker versus a low quarter sneaker.
Yeah, like obviously, younger people will say,
or tennis.
like sneakers or kicks or any of that sort of stuff. But
when I was growing up, we were all tennis shoes.
That's
all I knew.
Back when tennis was apparently a sport that people played, other than being rich people. We weren't rich enough. We played ping pong. We couldn't even afford to play table tennis. Who am I kidding? I couldn't have played ping pong. I didn't have a ping pong table.
No, hello, Poppy.
Jesus Christ. Man, the doctor really regenerated poorly this time. But bow ties are cool.
So cute. Oh,
he's got a sweater on.
He's got a Jon Snow.
I'm sorry, Mark. You've done half a job. It's half-assed.
Well, would have been a lot easier to do the whole dog. The kids like him to have his little lion's mane since it's not too hot or too cold.
Is this supposed to be a lion's mane, or is it his wearing his shawl?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He's trying to make the dog a hipster or something.
He likes it. He prant. You can always tell, like with not just him, but dogs. Like when you give them a haircut, they start standing taller, and their temperament gets a lot more active and positive. And
yeah, because they're like, someone's gonna pet me now.
He's like, man, I feel sharp. I feel sharp. I'm the king of the jungle now.
Now give me some treats.
The bigger problem is it makes him look like.
What time do you want to leave here to get there?
Fat. I like my socks, but I gotta get socks that don't cut into my skin.
Yeah, I get that too.
I'll be ready by swapping out my shorts.
Yeah, when I do wear socks, I just wear the socks that are little ankle socks.
Anklet ones. Yeah. That's all Beck wears. Like I still like in winter time. Like I've got the ones that like almost go up to your knee and stuff like that because I'm just like I want to stay warm.
Yeah. We don't have the winter that's that harsh enough here, so
we get a couple weeks of harsh winter, but you have to take like a couple days here, a couple days there, and kind of add them up, and that equals a couple weeks.
That's
like it's no Canadian winter, but that's cold enough for me.
Yeah, we're like the reverse, I guess. They get a few days of summer up there. They get plenty of days they call summer, but is it though? You know what I mean? Is it? Ankle socks or flip-flops. You just described what my winter foot attire is, and I don't mean slides. I mean thongs, like with socks. It drives Kyle crazy. Like when it was snowing, like I came home from work, took my work shoes off, and just put my flops right on and went outside to play.
If it was really cold and I don't want to do that, I have a pair of house
shoes.
Yeah, they're lined Crocs.
Yeah.
Best. Also, I'll put socks on.
I just wear slippers.
I used to, but
that's another word for them.
Slippers. Yeah, these are Crocs just because they have hard soles. I go. They're not but they're like the lined one. They're clogs actually. They're the clog style, not the.
I was gonna say, I hate Crocs. I cannot stand Crocs.
No, I no. These are lined clogs, and so. But I don't wear them often. Mostly, and they're only around the house. They're not. I would never wear them out. I don't think I could drive.
Most Caucasian thing I've ever heard.
Taking off shoes so you can play in the snow. You know, my wife likes. My wife and son wear slides. I don't care for them. I prefer the flops. So I've tried them, just not been a fan of them. I like my Reeves.
Y'all need to no, absolutely not. No, flip-flops. I'm not a fan of
I can't do thongs either. It's just I'll wear, if I'm not wearing obviously work shoes at work, I just wear sneakers all year round pretty much. And just adjust the sock thickness and length depending on the weather.
This is exciting community talk. They wrapped up the final episode.
I put in here one time. If you took it out, I don't know, but if you didn't, it's still in here.
Season 1 of the Star Trek Academy, and it ended last night. Interesting.
Yeah, I prefer Commando.
But I think that like from the premiere episode of that show to where we're at now, like the decline of a show should be studied.
You know, it's
next level bad, dude.
There's elements that are interesting of the storyline, but the problem is like the interesting elements don't make sense. So it's like watching like this without, the big bad that we had in 1 has been the big bad throughout,
which is fine.
Entire season. Right, which is fine.
That's a typical story.
But why the hell is the Starfleet Academy the one that's dealing with them all the time?
Why are the isn't there like some actual,
why are the year one cadets being put in situations?
And like it's not even just that, like it's on an episode level. Like every single episode has been significantly worse than the previous one, like in terms of writing, in terms of character interaction and dialogue, and like the actual like plot of the episode, to the point like it was that one where they did the exercise going out to the ship graveyard that absolutely just that my brain's like, okay, I'm pretty much checked out of this show at this point. Because the whole premise of that episode was we're going to go out here, run into bad guys, and the only way to stop them is if we come up with the idea to go search the cosmos for the big bad guy and bring him in to help us. But the twist was he's working with these bad guys the whole time. Like the whole show, the whole episode was contingent on the bad guy, assuming that they'll think of him to come search and find him and bring him in so that his plan will. None of it made sense. Like I'm like, this show thinks the audience is so dumb, and I've never seen a show that thinks
their whole thing was predicated on that he's been the only one that's ever driven them away, and that he operates freely within their space. And so that
meanwhile, the girl that can just like beast mode them is just right here, like just.
But nobody, they didn't know it should do that, but whatever. I mean, it was contrived, and it set up this whole ending thing where it's basically showing him as his character is always thinking like 12 moves ahead. Everybody else is always reacting, and he's thinking super far ahead, and everyone's always falling into it. He's like the greatest chess player apparently, because he's setting things up and it's coming, but then you still step right into his traps and his things. But again, it's, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are just like really convenient or weird. Like, why are the kids involved in this? Why are they doing that? How can they do this? But then there's also the there's a lot of it where they've done obviously stuff on budgets where characters obviously like our cadet master who puts on lots of makeup and stuff. Apparently, nobody wants to put. She doesn't want to go through that, or they don't want to go through doing all that stuff. So she's been in really only, I don't know, 25 minutes of footage or something, and she's only in like been in 2 or 3 episodes.
The blonde girl?
No, I'm talking about the part Klingon, part
The blue lady?
Yeah.
She was in a lot of the first few episodes.
Right. Which she's just talked about, like, she said all her stuff is off screen.
Yeah.
Now.
I guess I didn't notice that because it was nice to have her off screen.
I thought she was interesting.
It felt like a shoehorn character. This show is like whenever anyone complains about like the current situation with Paramount and Warner Brothers, like I'm just going to point them to this show, because if you're worried about like right-wing propaganda, this is what left-wing propaganda looks like, and that doesn't make or break a show for me either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just saying like that.
I don't when it comes to Star Trek, though. I mean,
you can watch the original stuff. It wasn't like this. Like, there's a difference between having like a positive message and just being straight, just gutter propaganda, like low quality propaganda.
There's elements of it that are definitely lean into some of the different whether you want to call it left-wing propaganda or different ideology or whatever, definitely more so. And I think of that mostly because I think of the show being written for a younger audience to try to bring in new thing. And it's just
I did some digging, Robin. You can go listen to Kurtzman's like an interview state that he's not writing this for Star Trek fans. He's writing this for groups like Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, that his goal is to use this show to raise attention and awareness for these institutions and these organizations. That's literally his motive behind every season of every show that he's doing, is to not focus on Star Trek, but to focus on using this show to tell stories, to raise awareness for, and he lists like 4 specific groups. So it is, in fact, very specific propaganda, not saying left or right, but propaganda for these specific organizations that he himself lists.
He's doing a horrible job because I'm not making those connections. But
yeah, to my point, exactly. Like he's not doing a great job with this propaganda.
The only thing that stands out to me,
it's gutter propaganda. It's low. Like you got to have better writers to really pull that off, to get people to feel those emotions and seek out those things. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, to me, the one thing that's the most jarring to me is I look at, I don't know the character's name. I don't know why I don't remember but the Klingon character.
No one knows any of these characters' names. Don't worry.
Worf?
Yes. Thank you. Yes. We discovered that on Outweeks in a couple weeks ago when we were reviewing the episode. I'm like, AR was on with us too, and I mentioned like, what's that person's name? We didn't know. So every time we start talking about it, I'm like, what's their name? None of these people are memorable. Like none of us remember any of their names. We've all been watching this show for months at this point, and no one's name is memorable. It's crazy.
Yeah, Bob the Klingon. Okay, fair. Let's go back. We have I remember Genesis is like,
she's the blonde.
She's the girl with the swoopy eyes.
We remember her name.
The captain's problem.
We all remember the blonde.
Anyways, so you've got this Klingon, and I understand either if you want to do one change from normal, what the normal deviation is, or another, but making him both not only a pacifist or not necessarily a pacifist, but not interested in the warrior way necessarily, wanting to be a healer, which is very different. Or making him gay or bisexual or whatever his sexuality wants to be, whatever non-traditional sexuality. Let's just refer to that for now.
You say gay, dude. It's okay.
Well, we don't necessarily know that that's what. I mean, we know that he's in a relationship.
No, we definitely know he's gay.
With a guy, but we don't know that's his only preference.
Interdimensional. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Anyways, making them both, I think is such a huge change that's something that you've never seen. That I think it's like I would have done one or the other with him and then done something else with a different character, not necessarily having one character that you completely rip out, completely make so different that it becomes very difficult for some folks to even accept. Became because it's become once they then also put him in the tunic skirt for as well, took him out of trousers. It's been like all you hear is nothing about. Now we got this Klingon that wears a skirt that doesn't want to fight, that loves guys, and that's all it becomes talking about instead of just going anything else about this character. I don't know. I think it was an awful lot of changes for one character from the Star Trek norm. Not that I have a problem with any of it necessarily. I just wouldn't have been my choice. I wouldn't have what I would have written. That's for sure.
Yeah,
they definitely made the anti-Worf. That's for sure.
and I think that's a good idea on paper. Like, let's take the Klingon, and this one has this opposite. Like that's how you make compelling stories. You know what I mean? Like we know
wanting to be a medic.
Like let's take this merchant of death and make him a medic. That's a great story. There's a lot you can do with that, and he can even have that moment like in Quigley Down Under where he doesn't want to pick up the pistols for the whole movie.
Right.
Like, dude, he's a medic. Don't take his kindness for granted. You know what I mean? Don't mistake it for weakness. He is.
Why is it always Quigley?
Right, and that's all. And that would have been could have been enough. It's the other piece of it when you add that to it, just then distracted from it. You could have done that with a different character.
Yeah, and you forget how he's a Klingon for the whole show, and then he's forced to have to save everybody, kind of thing. There's just so many missed opportunities. Them just trying to. I don't know. They're trying to hit you in the back of the head with a message shovel the whole time, and it's like, dude, quit it, stop. Just tell a fucking Star Trek show, man. Chill. And it's not just me. Like we talk about it on the channel a bunch, and it seems like a lot of people. I think Digger Jim's enjoying it pretty good. It's not blown away
for some reason. I mean, I'm oh, okay, new Star Trek. I'm gonna watch it. Maybe it's because I keep hoping that it's gonna turn, but I mean, I don't know. I'm looking.
Hopefully, I haven't watched the finale yet. Hopefully, it had a spectacular finale. That was Thursday.
It had a cliffhanger. Yeah, I mean, you could tell they definitely shot it. No, the way they shot it, it was another absurd premise for an episode, and then
great.
It set up a giant cliffhanger that you're kind of going like, if you're vested in this universe, going, what are they going to do now? But if you're not vested in it, you're going to go.
Well, before this all started, I just watched the trailer, saw the poster, and my prediction is that Starfleet Academy is going to be completely canceled, that this show is going to be what kills this era of Star Trek. And this, again, before it started, this was just my this is just my observation prediction from just looking at it and what comes to mind, kind of thing. No reason to assume it, but I predicted that this will be it, and that they will death nail this era of Star Trek and attempt a fresh start over and bring it back to movie theaters, because it's been so long since Star Trek Beyond, and this is not this is a wasted IP to have it just sitting on a streaming platform versus trying to make a franchise again out of it. Now, I haven't seen them do that yet, but we know that they filmed 2 seasons of this, so no matter what, there's 2 seasons of it. I think that they're going to wait to announce that it's done till season 2 starts, because they don't want people to check out too soon. The few people that do watch it. But I still think that they're going to be moving this franchise to cinema. It's crazy to think that there hasn't been a Star Trek movie since Beyond, like in theaters.
I know. I keep reading. I keep seeing articles that have, at least in my Facebook feed, it just filled with all kinds of garbage. But talking about this show in there. Oh, they've got a 4-year plan that maps follows college, and it's like, okay, you can have all the plans you want, but will those plans come? A lot of people plan for college, and a lot of college is unfinished.
The next announcement, Rob, is they decided to take a year off and experience the workforce.
You're going to
Chris Pine is officially done with Star. Yeah, dude. In my mind, the J.J. Abrams stuff has been done since Star Trek Beyond. Like I would never expect to see another Chris Pine Star Trek or anything. Just like whatever they do next is going to be a fresh start again. They're going to have to. Like, I don't know what they'll do continuity wise or anything, but you got to start fresh. You have to use the same tagline you used for that first one. This is not your father's Star Trek. Show a badass trailer and get everyone crying in the opening of it because it's so damn good. You know, those J.J. Abrams movies were so damn good, it's ridiculous.
I like the Strange New Worlds.
I've watched that about half the first season. I enjoy that one so far. What is up, the great legend? Good morning.
Legend.
They would cameo him in Star Trek lives on cameos. Yeah, I saw where Jonathan Frank was that Jonathan Frakes that directed the finale, Rob? Did you see that?
I didn't pay attention to who directed. I never do.
I just saw a post, right, that had Jonathan Frakes. Looked like he was dressed up in Starfleet Academy outfit.
He was saying something about directing his last one, but I think that he was doing season 2 stuff because that would have been
got you.
Season 2 would have been what they were wrapping up.
I forgot what the name of the episode was because they mentioned it. It was like Spirited or 300 or something.
Well, 300 is this episode 300 day or something they call it.
Okay, well then this was it then.
See, that was the other thing that was like really annoying about this episode was like they had just all the other episodes they had just started essentially school, right? And then all of a sudden this was the last day of this was the first year was over now, and they're getting ready to, be done with the school year, and it's like, wait a second, we just dropped, like, we haven't even finished our character development, which we could have been doing all our
started. Oh man, we'll always have the premiere episode, I guess.
I'm just like, wait a second, this is weird.
Meanwhile, the Monarch TV show is delivering just like pure cinema. Like, holy smokes!
They should have an episode where they spring break on Deep Space Nine. That would be cool.
That would be funny. Yeah, they had a spring break episode. It was terrible.
Okay.
Which is okay. That just means the show's being consistent.
Yeah, everyone went on break and he stayed at home and got into mischief.
Simon, what did you think of episode 2 of Monarch? Man, you're like the only person that I know that's watching it in real time.
I gave episode 1 a 9, and I gave episode 2 an 8.5. I couldn't go a full 9, but I was close.
Bro, we were literally just half point trailing. Like, I gave episode 1 a 9.5 and 2 a 9. So like we're right. I think my bias helps peak mine just that little half point more than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like as I was saying, I don't know whether we were live or not at the time. I literally watched episode 2, and I finally watched Godzilla -1 today, and I've had a fun-filled day today. That's for sure. Filled with.
This is the comment of the day right here. I'm eating a couple of hot dogs for breakfast. Does that count as watching the new Star Trek? yeah, exactly, Biggie.
No, that's if you put some mustard on those hot dogs, it's way better.
What is up, J-Med?
I'm curious about that.
Oh, sorry.
I was curious about that. Saying that the comic book stores were packed this week. When I looked at I didn't go this week, but when I looked at the list of what came out, it just looked like it was absolute reprints.
No, you had the finale to KO. You also have everybody. Everybody's doing this thing now where they're all every week. It's going to be every week for a little while where you're going to get that $30 indie #1 drop. Everyone's chasing the new indie #1s, so they're all looking for nectar. I'm assuming that's what they're referring to. But yeah. So you got another little spike in people experiencing comics and checking out comics with the Absolute and other stuff and.
Well, there was like 20 different Absolute reprints that came out or something.
That's every week. Literally,
that's why I was calling it Absolute reprints.
Yeah, subsequent Absolute.
Absolute
subsequent.
Totally. I was going to say totally off topic. Like I Beck and I don't go into the comic shop. We go in like every 2 weeks or whatever like that when we get paid. And I had the dirtiest look given by one of the owners today when we were having just a general chat, picking up our books and things like that. And we started talking about, collecting and things like that. And he goes, "Oh, how's your, Spider-Man run going?" I'm like, he doesn't know how many on there. I'm like,
how's your thwipping doing, boy? How's your thwipping?
I go, "I only need 2 books, and I told him, "Oh yeah, 1 and 3, whatever like that." And he goes, "Oh, we've got a number 1 here." And I go, "Yeah, but you're severely overpriced. You should have seen the look." The look on his face was just like, and I said, "Oh yeah, I don't have that kind of money or whatever like that." I quickly changed it because I saw the death glare come out.
You should have stayed the course, then doubled down.
Say, hey, now if you want to cut that price in half, well, maybe we can start to talk.
It's like,
their price
payment plan. We can do something.
They've got a lot of big boy books, but they've been sitting on like stupid pricing for. They don't change their prices. That's the problem.
Right. They said. You tell them, cut it in half, we can start to talk.
They still have a copy of AF-15 that is a 4.0, and they have not, and it's listed at, they've got it at $85,000.
Yeah, they just got it there to show off so people can come in and look at it and go, like, "Oh yeah,
we've got an AF-15." Yeah, it's
kind of like those.
He probably picked it up for $500, the bastard.
Is it not like they have it so outrageous they never sell anything?
Yeah,
part of some collection he picked up for.
But the stupidest thing is they've had that price on that book since before the pandemic.
Yeah, well.
So, but yeah, like the death stare from this guy was, oh my god.
Yeah.
Beck was just giggling behind us because he couldn't see the conversation. She could hear it, but she couldn't see what was the look on his face. But yeah,
I've never been more proud of you than I am right now.
Yeah, certainly no Ghost Rider 2099.
You're ready. It's time, brother, to come to Heroes Con.
I still don't have the money for an ASM one, regardless of whether I'm
But see, what you're training yourself is to not need as much money. That's a good thing.
That just means I need more books.
You mean you'll get more books?
Yeah, that too.
Thanks for having me out. It was a pleasure as usual. Love you all. Bye.
You taking away? Go get your cocaine.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Thanks
No
for
problem.
Gotta go powder her nose.
Yeah, exactly. Get a shipment coming in. Doesn't deliver itself.
Well, what they said, what's the song? Scarface, rush to the yayo.
Yeah. Now, are you watching the Monarch TV show?
No, but I'm going to. I'll wait till it all comes out. Then I'm going to get Apple TV and watch it all one time.
Oh, do the free trial and then just binge it.
Yeah. Because I'm a cheap bastard.
No, that's fair enough.
So you said they're asking 85,000 Australian for it?
For a 4.0.
Yeah, they're literally double priced.
Yeah.
Because the 90-day average on it would be about just under 48,000 Australian.
It's gonna be sitting there.
And you know what's even funnier? It's in a Halo slab.
Hey, let's just assume a grade is a grade for a moment. And
yeah, actually, I don't know what they're asking for the ASM one. I think it's still on their 1980s website.
That's why you have to pay so much, because it's in
have
that
a
Halo
DLC
slab,
website.
that elusive premium Halo slab.
Let's have a look. Alternate.
Hey, has what's the new one? PSA overtaken CGC yet? Has PSA made a?
I haven't even seen one over here yet.
Made a drop in the ocean. Has it affected the market at all? Does anybody actually give a shit about those other slabs?
There's a few people who do, but the rest of us not.
Those people don't count. You need. I mean, like, if there's any meaningful shift or notice with PSA,
I haven't noticed much of it.
I know you got this guy on Instagram. I forget his name or something, but he's like big into the watching all the grading companies and what happens and mishaps and this and that. But he's like months ago, he was posting a bunch of 10s, and I'm like, this is clearly like a looser grading scale that they have over there. Why would anybody ultimately want that?
I don't think that they were doing. I don't think they had a 9.8, or I think they were doing like just 9, 9.5, and 10s. I think.
Whatever
I don't know.
Were doing,
I honestly haven't done any real significant research into them. In the past, you know, it would be a grading company. I'd send some books, but I've had zero desire to send a book to them and have them get that damn slab back and do anything with it. But I mean, granted, the slab is everything I hear is the slab itself is great, but I don't.
Here you go, Rob.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing number one. It's a graded 3.0, and they've got it for 20K Australian.
All right, so about 14K US, and you said Amazing Spider-Man number one.
In a 3.0.
Number one, and we want. Oops, wrong book.
Was it PSA the one that they got in trouble? Like they got caught like
with the cards, yeah.
Regrade their cards and stuff.
Yeah. Well, they had a buyback program of some sort or something where they'll buy cards from collectors, and they were buying cards and they were regrading the ones they bought into higher grades. I'm like, dude, like I get like if you're gonna buy something, you buy it for approximately 30% of its market value so you can sell it and make money. But they were buying it for probably that super reduced price, regrading it to a higher grade and increasing their margin. Like, dude, your company's cooked. Like,
yeah. So Spidey, again, they're about double price, double the market, because the market.
They got such a stronghold over the market for cards. I'm sure that didn't even phase them in the grand scheme of things. Because it's CBC one scandal after another. It never actually phases
eight or something.
It's 7,700 US. It's about 11,000 Australian. Just under 11,000.
Almost. Yeah. So yeah, just shy of double. Yeah.
Ridiculous. There's a guy who sent the same.
You know what you should do? You should be really.
Yeah, at a different grade each time. Was also accused of trimming. Wow.
Literally, Biggie. Literally.
If you really want to earn Mark's love and affection, what you need to do is walk into one. No. Go walk into your LCS and give him a gift card with a subscription to GPA. So here you go. I know that it seems like you apparently need this.
Oh,
that would be that base, bro.
It has literally been an ongoing.
Hand him the sign in on a sticky note, like, here you go, brother.
I got you a gift.
5K cash right now.
Well, yeah. Have you heard of price to move? His books are priced to stay there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Granted, I understand the Australian market is different than the U.S. market, and GPA is looking at the U.S. market, but still, I don't think the Australian market is that out of whack.
You know that auction site,
especially in today's global
that auction house that Dave went to when he got that Superman 1. It was like a
small. He got it from Heritage.
Yeah, but it was over there, wasn't it? It was like in this small room, like with a projection screen, a projector and stuff. It wasn't.
No, we flew across to Heritage.
I didn't know if he did that while he was here or what, but I was wondering if, because there's some other auction houses that move big books that aren't as big as Heritage, and I'm sure y'all have some over there. I know that even
Comic Link
maybe
or something.
James MJ Comics, he's linked up with some of those guys that fiddle diddle with auctioning and stuff over there in the Redcoat territory. And I'm wondering if, like, because how Rob pointed out the American market, if those auction houses and stuff like that overseas, if those numbers get reported.
Well, the auction house, they should.
In theory, yeah, they should, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's more, the idea of regional markets and stuff. That's going to be at the retail side. When you start getting into some of these bigger books, I think they really have a global market because they cross borders these days. It's not like it's 60 years ago where cross border selling and stuff was difficult and rare. Today it's especially look at eBay. I mean, right? I mean, how many times I buy stuff from Canada or the UK or whatever on eBay and have it shipped? It's no big, and they make it so easy now for us to ship internationally too, because they now say, okay, just we can pay normal on eBay. I can pay if I sell it to someone and it ends up being bought by somebody in Australia or whatever, I pay regular US shipping, and it goes to a center, and then they consolidate the stuff and they ship it over and then deal with that. And so it ends up be costing way less in shipping than it used to be, you know.
And,
so it's
and all the big sites do the taxes.
yeah. So I mean, it's not like it used to be. So
because if it's done from somewhere, because this is why we were banned from not buying anything from Amazon US for a little while when they started the because our goods and services tax is just a flat rate 10%. That's why we couldn't do it for a while, because they was Trill's trying to work it out with like eBay and Amazon and all the big sites. But now it's all inclusive in that. So when you buy something, you're just paying whatever it is inclusive of tax, and then they can just come straight into the country. It's only when it's private that you've got to keep it under that $1,000 converted limit, and then you don't have to worry about any taxes. Take it easy, Legend.
Joys of shipping stuff. Yeah, I actually had somebody was reaching out to me not long ago. It's like, hey, help me get stuff into Canada without paying tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was actually turned out tariffs wasn't the problem. It was a brokerage clearance.
Yes.
So like if I ship to you, or most people ship to Australia, it's not a problem if they book at UPS or whatever, it's fine, because they're going to be shipping. The only options are global shipping, like expedited and whatever else that include the brokerage clearance. That's the only option. But like when you go to Canada, like a lot of this, especially like on pirate ship or something, they show you UPS standard, which is super cheap. So like I just sent a package off, a bubble mailer with a Gemini inside, right? 2 pounds. To Canada, UPS standard shows up at like $19. It's the cheapest by far. Shipping it via priority mail or shipping it via the UPS Global Express, those both are like $27. So it's a significant difference in price. But the UPS standard does not include brokerage clearance. So that means when you ship it up there, the guy who's receiving that UPS standard, he's got to pay a $70 to $80 brokerage fee to get that package of $30 worth of books. Versus if you spend $10 more or $8 more shipping it via US mail or this other version,
people could just choose to live in a real country.
Well,
that's a good option right there. The money you would save accumulative on postage. I mean, you can afford moving at that point.
Yeah, just come to America. Oh wait, we don't want all of you.
Good morning.
Sorry
Drew.
about your damn luck.
Drew is always coming in hot.
Oh, good morning, brother.
Look, I woke up this morning. I got off work a little bit early last night. I got myself a nice night of sleep, and I woke up early this morning because I wanted to talk to Mark about how right I was and how he needs to bow down to my genius. Because how did DCKO end?
Amazingly, why?
No. With what did I say? How?
I haven't read it yet, but okay.
Bright shining Superman becoming a god because Superman is the good of everything. Which is the way that every DC event ends.
Drew, that's literally my same prediction, that Superman wins it and he's going to be gone in space for months. That's why we'll have the reign of Superboy.
But it's just the way that every DC event ends.
Now, to be fair, like I did a whole breakdown.
Icon of goodness.
I don't know if we touched on it, Drew, but this is Snyder's like third big event for DC. And his first one was Batman focused. Like Batman was the big kind of ace in the hole at the end. The second one was Wonder Woman, who was the big ace in the hole at the end, who went like Ultimate Wonder Woman and fought the Darkest Night and everything. And so I assume like this would have to be a Superman one based on that kind of thing. And also like I looked in a conversation I had with somebody on December 19th. I literally typed out the exact ending to DCKO in a conversation I was having with this person.
DC event ends though.
It was just time to get a Superman one like that. Because if you only read a few, yeah, you can point out a few where Superman's like the beginning, like Infinite Crisis, but they rotate heroes out. Like Nightwing was the big guy for the what was it, Dark Crisis,
Oh,
So they swap them around. They had the Teen Titans pretty much being the big players for Absolute Power. So they kind of rotated around, but it was just clearly setting up for a good Superman one this time. But it's definitely not a case of it's always Superman by any stretch, but it was definitely the case that this was his turn.
98% of the time it's Superman. And he turns into a shining god. And everybody's like, oh, well, why? And the answer is because Superman. And the answer, well, but why Superman? Well, because good over evil. It's like, it's the most simplified fucking thing.
Have you read?
I'm not look. I'm not saying it's bad.
No. Have you read Doomsday Clock? Because they reference that. What you're saying is like I think they really introduced that concept. Well, not talking about if you liked it or not, but just the concept you're referring to, like how the actual DC multiverse in continuity reacts to Superman's existence. That he is an anomaly inside the multiverse. That conversation he had with Time Trapper in KO. Time Trapper acknowledges that. He said, for whatever reason, the universe pulls to you. And if that's not actually the case, it should. But you even get the little editor's note.
No, it does finally tie back to Doomsday Clock in a way that nothing else has since Doomsday Clock ended.
That's just like comic book crack for me.
No, I mean, I get it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was better than okay. Like, it was a positive.
Yeah, as an event, as overall, dude, they nailed it. They knocked it out of the park. Like the epic scale,
I couldn't agree less about that. But I think that the story as a whole ended up being okay. And but it just did exactly what I expected it to do. It was there was nothing unexpected about it. And as far as Snyder goes, this might be the first event that he's actually kind of landed properly.
Oh, you didn't like Metal?
Oh. I did like Metal, and I like Dark Metal as well. But I think
definitely better. I'll be back. I want to run around the corner to the kids' school. That they were dressed up for this book parade. They're dressed up as a book character, so probably about half an hour. I'm thinking.
What book did they dress as?
Monkey is Mary Poppins, and Finn is this grasshopper called Detective Hopper.
Detective Hopper.
So he's got like a little straw hat with his antennas out.
Take him to see Hoppers later. What dressed as Detective Hopper?
When they mention it to me, I like the dressed up Stranger Things.
And he could be
Stranger Things. Yeah, I was gonna say Stranger Things.
Well, he could be Doc Hopper.
Doc Hopper. There you go.
I need to get you to be my mascot for Doc Hopper's Frog Legs.
Anybody watch that Muppets Mayhem? Looks like it's kind of like a. I haven't watched it yet either, but it's about Dr. Teeth and the
electric.
It's like it looks like it's the like Spinal Tap of Muppets.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about that. Maybe I've seen it. I don't know. It might have been wholly unmemorable, but
it's like brand spanking new.
Oh, then no.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it's out yet. I just I saw the trailer for it not long ago, and I'm a Muppets fiend. I love me some Muppets.
Or maybe it was. Let's see here.
I love was it Max Landis a couple years ago had an analogy that like Monday Night Raw is basically the Muppet Show, because it's not a wrestling show, it's a show about people putting on a wrestling show, whereas like the Muppet Show isn't a variety show, it's a show about people putting on a variety show. Those people just happen to be puppets.
So the Muppets Mayhem was a 2023.
Okay.
And it was a 10-episode Disney Plus musical comedy series, often viewed as a 5-hour movie, following the Electric Mayhem Band as they record their first album.
So that came out in 2023? How did
according to this, yeah. I was thinking I vaguely remember seeing it.
Why am I just seeing ads for it now?
The internet's weird.
Yeah, well, my algorithm's all fucked up.
Right?
Too much porn.
Probably not enough porn these days, to be honest.
That sort of cleans your browsing.
yeah. My browser's like, what? Of course, would you like to watch this porno? And I'm like, no. And it's like, well, why not? What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Of course, my browser history gets cleaned after I watch porn.
No, I like to keep. Sometimes I go into it in a very random way, and I like to keep tracks of how I ended up where I ended up enjoying myself. Little breadcrumbs to follow back.
Good old course correction.
Exactly. It's like, wait a second, how did I decide that I liked this? Well, hit the back button a couple of times, and you'll figure out how you got where you're going.
Ugh. That's why you just keep a different browser, right? That's what Edge is for.
God, I don't have time for that.
For Edge is for edging. What?
I don't think that's true at all. I think you should flick your box to Firefox. That's the.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Flick your bean on your Chrome machine.
Okay.
He ran off just in time for me. I have work. I hope I don't have a meeting for work. Let me look at my work calendar. Says my work day is about to start.
Feel good being off today. The new WWE video game came out.
ooh.
Play that all day.
Stop buying all my books, Matt.
That's a nice book there.
132.
Dang.
And you got 5.
That looked like it was in pretty good shape too. Is it just the Mylar Magic playing
No,
tricks on me, or
they're actually in pretty good shape. I mean, they're not
a 132 like very bright yellow?
they're not 9/8 or anything, but they're in pretty good shape.
As long as they present well, man, that's really all that matters to me.
They
Nice.
present well. And then I got I've become obsessed with Captain Marvel.
Oh, what a beautiful book there. That's the best of the lot there.
Yeah, I'm getting closer. I think I'm only 12 books away from finishing that run now.
I'm gonna copy them
Nice.
next Friday. I like it. So
I probably
Captain
have them all
Marvel.
in the giveaway bin too.
Yeah, you probably do, you asshole.
Yeah,
And like every time I see one pulled out of the box, I'm like, have I got that? No, yeah, I've got that. That's all right. Yeah, that's fine.
Say, hey, Spidey, tell me what your next run is you want to work on, and I'll just start pre-buying them now for the giveaway bin.
Put it in the box.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll snatch everything up and fuck the market for you.
That's why I'm doing about 10 different runs, just so you can't keep up with me.
I'm
you
starting
think
to
so.
fall out of these run collecting, but that's like my main. I'm not a key collector as much as I'm a run collector. I'm starting to think to myself, we are running out of room.
No, I just
Right.
want them all.
Well, I was going to finish it, then Drew gave away the ending to DCKO, so it's
I didn't spoil it.
There's
It's the
no
same
point.
way every DC event ends. What happens? Superman starts glowing, and then the good guys win, and the answer is because Superman. It's like, okay. And like I said, not bad by any means. Just nothing new.
Here's the bacon of hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I did start picking up some of those for the giveaway bin now. You know, just to,
Yeah, but I finished that run, so that's okay.
Ooh, Toon.
oh, okay.
Yeah, just don't start putting Werewolf by Night in there, or I'll kill you. Although I only need 4 books, and I don't think you'll pick the 4 I need.
I got a bunch of Transformers for the
I
giveaway
was thinking you
bin.
were put the first appearance of Moon Knight in the giveaway box.
But for the
Like-
giveaway bin, I picked up like first Devastator.
Oh,
Oops, actually,
There
I
you
can
go.
make myself bigger. Hold on. So I picked up a first Devastator.
that's cool.
Of course, the
It's
Chris loves that cover.
Does Chris end up getting a 9.8 out of that? I think he did.
I think so. First was this is grapple, hoist, smokescreen, skids, tracks, and jetfire
Oh,
cameo.
nice. Sounds like a G.I. Joe book.
I was going to say.
Oh,
maybe
this one.
Punk
This was the
fan.
one that sounds like a. This is first Insecticons, but it's first Blaster, Power Glide, Cosmos, Sea Spray, Warpath, Beachcomber, Perceptor, Stravis, Kickback, Bombshell, Shrapnel, Dirge, and Ramjet.
Oh my god.
So you
13
named
Transformers.
14 Transformers that nobody cares about.
Man, for Hasbro.
Blaster people care about. Oh, Ms. Marvel for the giveaway bin.
That's a beautiful book. Right
Damn.
there.
Nice. I think I have a copy of that.
First Omega Supreme.
I have that one.
That's cool.
Is it first Rachel Van Helsing?
Yeah, that was one of the last books I needed, actually.
Oh,
Actually, I think it was the last book, I think.
that one's in really good condition too.
Nice.
No, not a key, just a. There's a 32.
That's cool. Yeah, I love them.
Let's see
Got me
here.
reading
Punisher
any
War
Dracula
Journal.
books.
That'll go in the giveaway bin.
There you go.
I don't know whether I have a copy of number 1 actually.
That's
There's
beautiful.
another Captain Britain.
Oh, I
US
need that one.
Oh yeah, I just give these away like crazy. I got like 4.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, shut up.
It's almost like that Axe guy, Terrax, right? I guess.
Oh yeah. Just rub it in a bit. Thank you, Matt. Matt looks after me. That's all right.
For Sin Eater.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll give away a X-Men 2099 number 1.
Oh, what a beautiful book.
It's not a 9.8. That's why it's in the giveaway bin.
No, it's I literally once I get to like 20 copies, I can start to give up a couple.
Start to rationalize letting a few go.
And I have probably more slab copies of X-Men 2099 than even Ghost Rider 2099. I know it seems crazy, but it's true.
Not as many as Spidey, though, that's for sure.
Hey, Rob,
No, but
the Rocketeer exclusive.
yeah,
I need that one.
214 picked up. I was working on some of my runs. 219, 221. It was a 232.
Beautiful.
Nice.
234.
I love those. Yeah,
And
it's my favorite era
247.
of Captain America right there.
Yeah, so I'm just working on through 250. I'm almost done now.
I might start collecting that Cap run. That's like the one run that I never really have gone
Super
in on.
reasonable, dude.
Yeah,
I don't really collect Cap. I don't really collect Daredevil. I think those are like the two that I like kind of don't
Here you go,
go in
Spidey.
for.
I got another.
I'm not a
copy.
Spider-Man collector either, though. So
Got another copy of.
You know what the funny thing is? I do not own one copy of any issue of Spidey Super Stories. Not one.
I'm surprised they're not. So they sell super quick when we have them, but you know it's a U.S. book. I mean, so I'm not surprised. But,
Electric companies. So.
yeah. So I just picked up at the last con. I picked up issue 1. Now I picked up another copy of issue 1, but they had some really nice copies of some.
I'm surprised you didn't send that to DVH.
I just got these, man. I just bought out. This guy had a stack of these Spidey Super Stories in good condition. I just bought them out.
Yeah, it's a fun run, but yeah, you barely ever see them over here.
the problem is, it's not only is it an American only book, but it's also like a kid's book. So
Right.
the thought process is they've been read, they've been torn apart, they've been tossed around. So
Yeah, they were literally meant for young
meant for
readers.
children, yeah.
So finding
Very
them,
cool covers.
so
Finding them
finding-
in good conditions a harder.
yeah, and that's what
proposition
these are
altogether.
these are all in like VF conditions. That was awesome.
Good
I
job.
do like that run though. Some fun
Rob,
stuff in there.
Do you see the Rocketeer exclusive?
Which one?
No,
That one,
that's
yeah, the
cool.
IDW. Yeah, it's in the stack. I haven't unboxed it yet.
Booty
but
Page, Betty Page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one's available directly from IDW.
Yeah, Zerby. That's some of his best work, I think.
Yeah, I picked up that. I ordered that. There was the other exclusive I had thought about picking up was because I like the artist. Brian,
Ooh.
there's another artist who did one for Clan McDonald, but I don't like Clan McDonald, so I'm kind of torn as whether or not I will buy it or not.
I've had good. I've only dealt with them 2 times, maybe 3 times. I've always had reasonable.
I haven't had any negative interactions with them necessarily. I just also haven't had any positive interactions with them. So I'm aggressively neutral when it comes to them.
Okay.
And so when there's a book that's like, this is the thing, right? The cover from this artist, it's like, it's parts of it are really cool, but parts of it are kind of ho hum. So overall, I'm kind of like in the middle on this thing. I would do it to support the artist, and so I'll probably
Would you say that it's
some of the-
aggressively ho hum?
could potentially be.
You're aggressively neutral in an aggressively ho-hum book.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like exactly. So I haven't run out to get it. I'm hoping at this point I'm going like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to see this guy at one of these local upcoming cons I'm at. Maybe he'll be there and he'll have copies, and I can just buy it directly from him.
Yeah. Well, I have to give them props because they did organize me getting a commission from George Perez before he passed away. So,
well, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely give them props for that. So,
well, that's great.
I've never dealt with them, but they seem like their social media is kind of annoying. So I'll say that.
they got some weird practices of how you get certain things.
They're like their social media pushes seem to be aggressive on certain things.
They've always been very Facebook centric.
Yeah, agreed. Not the biggest reason in the world to dislike something, but at least I'm not aggressively neutral about it.
Yeah, they have a lot.
I'm very lackadaisically negative. I guess it's the same thing when you think about it. That's my normal mode.
I'm modically middle of the road.
Like, I really couldn't give a shit, but I'll say something negative because I'm here.
Optimistic,
that's kind of me.
Pessimistic.
Yeah, there you
go.
I'm coming to a lot of self-realizations this morning.
I'm just contemplating. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Do I go a second cup of coffee? Otherwise, I might be up all night.
Yeah.
What time are you looking at going to bed?
Well, I'm on leave from work, so I've still got another 3 days left.
So you don't really have to.
I don't have to go to bed early. I just don't want to. My voice travels through walls. I've been told this from my folks, and I don't want to wake any sleeping people up, just in case there are sleeping people. So
fair enough.
But in saying that, I probably will get a second cup of coffee.
Not everybody's on leave from work.
No, exactly. Although nobody in the household that I'm in now is working tomorrow, so that's a different story as well.
Fair enough. It's like, you woke me up last night. Who cares?
Yeah.
And you still didn't do anything about it.
That's why I try and do it on the front porch, so it's it's a little less traveled.
You're facing away
Send it
from
out to the neighborhood.
Yes, that too.
That's right. Just tell me you're out there. You're making sure that the house is attacked by wandering
I'm the neighborhood watch.
Kangaroos. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the neighborhood watch, but you're just watching our dumb faces from across the world. It's like there was a break-in. Well, Matt was showing some books. I didn't see anything. There was a sweet copy of Cap. First appearance of 18 superfluous Transformers.
I got some cool New Mutants the other day too.
Ooh,
that's something I don't have much of either. As New Mutants,
I'm pretty much a X-Men and mutant collector. As far as like new books, my LCS knows pull me everything mutant related. If it has, and he'll even call me and he'll be like, "Hey, so and so is in an issue of this book. Do you want that?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, throw it in there for me."
Oh, Silver Samurai.
That's a great
run.
run.
Get into the best part of the run, in my opinion.
Oh, the Demon Bear run.
That's Sienkiewicz stuff.
Yeah. If I wanted any, that would be more in my wheelhouse.
I'm big on the Legion stuff too.
I noticed there's a new series started with Danny Moonstar in her own series.
Yeah, this came out this week.
I have not read it yet, but it's on the pull list.
Yeah, he did some real trippy covers, but very, very cool. I love that cover.
That was one of my favorites right there. That would be a good poster. That's all I got.
I really like that New Mutants movie they did. I thought that got a lot of hate.
I liked it too.
I thought
I didn't mind it, actually.
Was the action was fun. The The part where you go into limbo and you realize that her stuffed Lockheed is an actual fucking dragon. That was cool. I'll pop big for that.
Walking around with just a stuffed toy all the time.
Right. And I thought that, like, as far as like adapting the Demon Bear story, they did a good enough job where it was like, hey, I wanted to see more of it. And teaser with
Magic Anna Taylor Joy
yeah, she's great. She's perfect. I like her a lot. I think she's a great actress. She's very attractive. She has the ability to embody different characters in a way that you don't see a lot. Like she is leading lady looks, but character actor ability, where she kind of disappears into things. And I admire that. But I thought she was great in that as Ileana. I thought that the whole cast was good. I think that, like, was it Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones? She was
played
Wolfsbane. Yeah, and like Rain is a complicated character, and she did a good job with it. And yeah, I mean, I haven't seen her do anything else of note outside of that.
I think she's done like a few like B-grade horror movies and stuff, and things like that. Maybe that's the reason why is they're like, oh well, this is going to be a horror-based sort of superhero movie. It
really worked. I thought it really worked though, is like what they were trying to do with it. I thought it was really cool. Were there like some like CW type scenes where it's like, yeah, why are we focusing so much on the teenage aspect of this? But yeah, but that's what the book was. Like it was a book for younger kids. Once the X-Men stopped being about students going on teen adventures, they did another group of mutants to go on teen adventures. So it's like, I think that's the problem that New Mutants has had, whereas like teams like Teen Titans has kind of evolved over time. Like you got the younger group, like you had Dick's Teen Titans and you had Tim's Teen Titans, and then at a certain point you had Damien's Teen Titans. And those characters there'd be younger characters on each team, each iteration of the team. But every time they go back and do a New Mutants book, it's about Danny Moonstar and Doug and fucking, Cannonball. And it's like, they're in their 40s now. Like, why are we? It's like when you go back and you do a Titans book, it's like that. Okay, you call it Titans now. It's not Teen Titans. So it's like that's a good place to explore the relationships between like Cyborg and Raven and whatever. But
I'm not sure, George. I think it's this year for season 2 of X-Men 97. I think
it's this year. It's supposed
I don't know when. Yeah, I don't think I need another run to collect at the moment.
X-Men's done a good job of introducing a lot of younger characters over the years, and they haven't really spun them into a New Mutant style book, which I think would be kind of a no-brainer when you think about it.
How big was the volume 1 run? About 100 issues or something, wasn't it?
It was over 100 issues. I think it was like 100 and... I'll look it up right now.
New Mutants? I thought it was 100 issues.
Was it only 100 issues? Was it 101?
I think it was one or the other. It was...
it was like right after that, it turned into X-Force 1.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a lot of... So it was like, when you say it's right around 100, you're spot on.
Yeah, that's right. I mean... I think it was more, but I don't think it was significant. I thought it was 101. I'm trying to figure out
any issues in New Mutants. So if I'm interested, let me have a look at my sale.
98. New Mutants 98. Isn't that the one you want?
I have 98 and 99. I know I have those two.
Which one's it? 87 is the first cable, right?
87.
I have 87 as well. Yeah.
98.
I bought that at
92 isn't it?
2, I think, off DJ.
Oh, I know. What I know is when I first got into my wife's comics, when I started to bag and board them after it had been sitting for years in a long box, I was going through them. Oh, New Mutants. Okay. 1, 2, 3, blah, blah. 94, 95, 96, 97, 99.
Yeah. Why not? There you go. I've got a good mixture. I've got number 1. Then I have 52. Then I have 87, 98, 99, 100.
What's First Legion? Is that like 24?
Not sure, to be perfectly honest.
I got it. I don't remember. I think it's 20 or 26.
somewhere in that range.
Hmm.
I'm not one of these guys that can remember all the key issues and all the runs. Like I said, I'm a
No,
run collector. I remember stories. I don't remember issue
I can
numbers.
look it up for you though.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
I remember
right
some
here.
issue numbers, but
CLZs.
New Mutants. It's in the 20. I know it's in the 20 somewhere. It is 26. First appearance of Legion, the son of Professor Xavier.
It's cameo in 25. Yeah, first full appearance 26. Oh, but you need 29. Get first appearance of Strong Guy.
There you go. Guido's great.
Strong Guy's a fun character.
Yeah. When he was a turncoat asshole in the Age of Apocalypse, that was also good.
Isn't there a Psylocke key? And I think it's an annual though. I think.
Ooh, you can get magic suit of armor.
Yeah, because first Ileana is like that's giant size, but she's like a baby or something.
Isn't first Ileana annual?
Yeah, it's JSX1.
Oh, she's a baby in that?
The baby in it, yeah. But I think her first.
Is she even mentioned, or is she just cameo as a baby?
I think it was one of those things where they, they don't put it on the label until later.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just a baby in that. They have the 14s with the Jones.
I don't know. Rob's got
First
one behind him.
you're talking about, really.
Yeah, 100 was the last issue, by the way.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that because it has like the banner with a number behind it. It's like blue.
Yeah,
it's got
100. It's got
I
Thunderbird
couldn't remember if it's had
Domino
101 or
it's
100 on it.
100 final issue.
Yeah, so I have the start and I have the last couple, so all I need is everything in the middle.
Oh, there you go. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, you can start collecting X-Force.
We give away a few of those, but not a lot.
Probably
And then you can go into Ecstatic.
It probably wouldn't be that expensive like all of X-Force.
Yeah, I think you've given first Magma, I think, is one of the ones you give away. There's one or two that you favor in the giveaway box.
Well, it's what I come across.
Actually, X Factor is pretty cool too. The first
I love X Factor.
50 or so issues.
I like after that where it turns into Peter David stuff where it goes from being Cyclops' team to being Havoc's team. I think Havoc's team is a lot more interesting to read, and I really enjoyed even after that the run where it was basically Madrox running X Factor investigations. That was fun as well.
Havoc's probably my favorite Summers brother, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I like say Vulcan,
like
and those people should be drug out in the street and shot. But beyond that, I'm a fan of all the Summers brothers. I think that what's his name? Didn't they go back and make like Alex X the Summers brother?
I don't read the mutant books really, so can't tell you.
You're missing out, my friend, on all the great.
Every time I've tried
stuff
to pick
nobody cares about but me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like every time I read Wolverine when I was younger, and I read I used to collect the run. I had up until 120, 1 through 120 or something. I read, but other than that, every time I've tried to pick up X-Men books, it's always just like most convoluted stories in the world that just go on and on across like multiple books and stuff. It seems
that's why I go the old books. I pick
that. That's why some people like that. I kind of enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm there for. I mean,
and that's fine.
Giant world building with weird interconnected garbage.
So I'm just doesn't appeal to me. That's fine. I don't say it's bad.
I love when people judge events and they're like, I don't want to buy 80 tie-ins to understand. That's what I'm there for. If there are 80 tie-ins that all actually fucking tie in, count me in. Like, I don't like pointless tie-ins where you're like, oh, this is what Dave from accounting is doing during the story while he's just hunkered down at home. Like, I don't give a shit about that.
Or the tie-in that there's like one panel in the back at the very end or something, where they go, oh, okay. It's like
it's like a Spider-Man story where at the end he sees on the news that something happened with Captain America, like, I don't give a shit about that. But like, if it actually ties into the story,
Yeah, meaningful.
there's actual fallout for those characters. I want that stuff. That's the kind of thing that, like,
they get a little carried away. Like Civil War, there were a couple of books like I don't see why they had to release this one.
But the thing is, line wide, everything was labeled as a Civil War tie-in, and they did that with Civil War 2 as well, and I couldn't stand it. That's something they kind of stopped doing with these events, the Marvel events, where it's like, just because it's happening in these 4 books over here doesn't mean that we need to know what Ms. Marvel thinks about it. Like, that's
King
fine.
Black.
King in Black did it in a way. I think really the one that was the most recent that did it the widest was War of the Realms. But I do think that War of the Realms, what's that?
Blood Hunt's had some very unnecessary tie-ins.
Yeah, but it didn't go like line wide. Whereas like War of the Realms did, but I think most of those tie-ins weren't unnecessarily necessary. But I think that because of the way that story unfolded, it gave everybody a chance to kind of participate in it, and there weren't a whole lot that weren't actually tied in.
You know, I don't know if they still do, like, I guess periodically they do little mini events that are like, instead of being cross people that you don't normally interact with, but like one that affects the Avengers that spills over into the active Avengers solo books, or Spider-Man used to do every once in a while. You used to have a story that would cross over across multiple Spider books and stuff that were.
They do that with the Spider books, but not as much as they used to. Like there will be
the
like
90s was peak for that,
right? But now there will be like a Venom event where there's a Spider-Man tie-in for it, right? Yeah. And I think that makes sense, right? They'll do things like with the Avengers where they'll pick like certain books that they're going to tie into and cross over with, but not as much as they used to. And I think that's a problem with the Avengers, is there aren't as many solo books for those characters that are being spotlit in the Avengers. I
don't even know who makes up the Avengers today.
I'd say there's a lot of people on that team, but it's pretty much run by Carol right now.
It's Captain Marvel, Sam Wilson's Captain America, Iron Man, Storm.
Storm's on the Avengers now. That's a post.
Vision and Black Panther. I think Thor took a hiatus.
Well, she's filling this. She's obviously filling the Thor role.
Well,
pretty much, to be honest.
The last issue just came out Wednesday. I think they're
like, we don't have a god. We need a god. Do we know
who's taking over for the next run?
I'll look it up.
I like McKay's run. I enjoyed
it. I thought it was.
I very much enjoyed Aaron's run, and a lot of people shit on that, but I thought it was great.
Let me look it up here.
They did that Phoenix, like that Phoenix event where they were trying to decide who the next host of the Phoenix was going to be, and all the Avengers got the Phoenix Force and fought each other. And I was like, this is way better than KO. When I read that again recently, I was like, yeah, this is great. And they didn't need Sub-Zero.
But they used Scorpion?
No, they just used regular ass Marvel characters because they didn't need any extra spice.
Oh, I should have known.
Flavorful enough.
Chip Zdarsky is writing the new one. It's called
New Avengers.
No, I thought you meant the new Avengers coming out, like called Avengers Armageddon comes out in June, and Chip Zdarsky's writing it.
Is that because he did Twilight?
Yeah.
Glowy vampires.
No. Avengers Twilight.
No, glittery vampires.
Yeah, they're not. They weren't vampires. They were not glittery either. But,
werewolves and vampires. Sorry.
Well, they have there's a King in Black. There's a Queen in Black coming out.
Of course.
Oh God.
Null goes trans.
No, it's Hela. Hela is
okay.
Is the new.
Oh. Isn't Hela just trans null anyway?
No, I mean she's been.
I thought it might have been like Mania or
I just
one of the.
I just mark it up as I don't care. I've decided I'd care less and less about these event books. All I want to read is give me my little individual stories, and to hell with the rest of it.
Yeah, I would say I'm exactly the opposite.
Wasn't Hell around in the Kirby era though? She's
oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
They thought about being in the same.
Yeah, Hallow's first appearances in Journey in a Mystery Book.
Yep.
I think I actually have that.
Yeah, you can just tell by her character design. She's Kirby era creation.
Headwear.
Yeah, she's got weird antler helmet. Sounds like a Kirby thing to me.
You did like the headdresses, yeah.
It's like I just imagine Jack Kirby's wife comes in and is like, "How do you think this outfit looks on me, hon?" And he's like, "Could use more antler helmet, but beyond that, you're looking great."
War of the Realms must have been over 100 issues. Yeah, I don't know, to be perfectly honest.
War of the Realms.
I mean, if you talk about with all the tie-ins, quite possibly.
With all the tie-ins, yeah, it was. I would say in the realm of 80 to 100 issues. Main story was only what 12, but if you're like the lead up was what like 40 issues of Thor across 3 different titles, I think. So yeah, Mighty Thor, Unworthy Thor, and what was the other
Thor?
I'll Make You Thor.
I think it was just Thor. They were running all kinds of different shit going on, but yeah.
They're doing the Spider-Man thing. Nice. The Hammer of Thor.
For a while there.
What's up, Blake?
Well, it's like it was this. It started with God of Thunder, right? That Jason Aaron God of Thunder with Assad Ribic, where you get the first all black Necro sword. You get
I love it.
You get the first Null stuff. You get the first Gore the God Butcher stuff, and that all rolls into basically there being the Thors across time, where it's like young Thor, King Thor, Unworthy Thor, and then Jane Foster is the Mighty Thor, and that all kind of came full circle. You got her whole story involved in that, leading into War of the Realms. Yeah, it was just if you were into Thor for the course of a couple years, War of the Realms was really great. It was like the culmination of all these things coming together. If you were not reading that stuff for over the last couple of years, I could not imagine that War of the Realms would have been interesting to anybody.
It wasn't.
I wasn't around for that, I don't think.
My laptop's on 2%.
I think it's enjoyable.
So I'm going to go to bed.
Hey, man. Have a good night.
Night, guys. Take it easy.
How interesting.
I would suggest that if you're a fan of Jason Aaron, you give at least that God of Thunder run a shot. And if that is something that really grabs you, he just kind of builds off that story from there. So I don't know, it's his own little playground where he gets to kind of fool around, and I enjoyed that. But I like when a creator has a chance to do a long run into an event that kind of spans the entire universe. Big fan of Hickman's Secret Wars. I liked Secret Empire. I don't think the ending was great, but I think that everything around it was enjoyable as an event. I like that, and that all came out of the Steve Rogers Captain America run, the Hail Hydra stuff. So
yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Well, to each his own, but I very much enjoyed the look at like how great Cap would have been as the leader of the villains, because he's just a really great leader. So his strategy in defeating all of the other heroes was just great. When he set up the like the planetary defense system, the shield around the planet, and like Captain Marvel and Quasar and all the fuckity cosmic characters that can like end the world in an instant, they're all like locked out. And the Chitauri are just like coming wave after wave, and he's just like, they're like, we need help. We need to get on the inside of this, or we need you guys to come out and help us. He's like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. You guys have been eliminated.
There you are then. Hope Mark comes here soon because I gotta do some work stuff here shortly. But it was really interesting sometimes, when I had a conundrum where my Thursday video, I forgot to set it to schedule. And so I ended up realizing like at, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night, my time, that I hadn't had it. Normally starts at 8:30. It goes live at 8:30 in the morning. And I forgot to do that. So I was like, oh, do I hold it? Do I just put it live? I decided to put it live late at night and see what would happen. And which is usually not the right time to launch a video. It actually gained some really good traction overnight and stuff. I'm impressed. I wouldn't do it all the time, but it was nice to see that the video didn't just flop.
There you go. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Is the only live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern?
Yes, it's a special time. Yeah, Dr. Von Hoot, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, because I have a event at 11:30 my time that I have to be at for the Sons of American Revolution.
Are there going to be tie-ins to that event?
To the Sons of American Revolution? No. It's well, it could be. It could be.
I want to know what Spider-Man's doing during the Sons of the American Revolution.
During the tie-ins could be that because I'm going to be at an event where it's attended by a bunch of scout leaders, and I'm just talking about our scholarship that I administer. There could be applications that get sent in later for said scholarship, so that would be a tie-in, I suppose.
There you go.
Spoiler alert: the British lost.
Yes, that's why we're here, celebrating the 250th. Yes.
Well, poor British are still losing.
So, I literally go put some flyers on a table and stand next to the table and answer questions for an hour during all these scout leaders that are at all day training get their lunch break and can walk around this little cafeteria. It's got a bunch of tables set up and learn about different tie-in programs and stuff available. It's like whatever. It's my job for the organization is to administer this scholarship, and since it's specifically for the scouts, I should make the opportunity to be there at the once or twice a year that I'm supposed to show up in an event and talk about
your
it.
Duties.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, the rest of the year is just collecting applications, and at the end of the year, choosing a winner and then working on the state board for a state scholarship.
Are there applications just examples of all the knots they can tie?
No, it's actually, well, I don't need a board, but it's a list of all their activities, and both scouting and non-scouting activities, like you would for any scholarship, but it is scouting focused.
So the scouting activities would be weighted higher than the non-scouting activities?
So there's like a bunch of different categories. So one would be talk about your leadership positions. One is to talk about what outings and activities you've participated in. One maybe talking about. Then there's the stuff on religious stuff that you've done, and there's stuff about your academics, and there's stuff about these different categories. And then they have to write an essay, a short essay on something to do with the American Revolution. And then there's they have to do a four-tier family tree that they send in. Because we're about a genealogical society, so and then they're all different. Each category is weighted differently. It has different things, and so yeah,
fair enough. Something to pass on to the next generation.
Hey, a kid can earn $10,000. So they it's actually kind of interesting. So they had like this tiered system. So it's like for the kids apply at the local chapter level. Each chapter selects a winner, sends it to the state. Then the state chooses one winner, and then one winner goes to the national. Each step of the way, there's a scholarship awarded. So a kid who wins the national gets the $10,000. They've also won their state and gotten like $1,000 from them, and then they've won their chapter level and stuff. And like for California, we have like, I don't know, 15, 16 chapters, but we only had like 7 kids for the state scholarship because only 7 chapters actually got applicants. Oftentimes I only get like maybe 1 scholarship application for the whole year, even though I'll have talked to a bunch of kids and sent out applications to like a dozen or more. I don't, only get 1 back. And
that's why I told my daughter, and like she just graduated this past year. She's looking at grad schools now. And the biggest thing for us when she was younger is just apply for every grant and scholarship that you can, because you never know what you'll be the only applicant for.
Yeah, especially the ones that aren't like the really big ones, right? You start going to.
I didn't pay a cent for her college education.
Yeah, I wish my youngest had done that, because my youngest, they had a really great portal that like fed you like, here's all these people who are just begging for, and all these links both at the school as well as external.
You got all those
they're like grants, federal grants.
Yeah, dad's paying for it. It's all good.
Activities, scholarships through her part-time job, like everything that, like, if there's an opportunity to sign up for somebody to give you money for school, sign up.
It would have been nice. All I got was the Western Undergraduate Exchange, which is just the scholarship for Western states going to a Western state college.
Yeah.
And then she got an academic scholarship because they had a high GPA, but it was a whole, like, I don't know, $1,400 a quarter or something, it's something. But
I'll tell you what, I learned, I was dating a girl for a little while. She was a teacher, public school teacher, and her daughter was a little bit older, and part of her weekly thing was, what scholarships have you applied for this week? What grants have you applied for this week? And it was like she had a development plan, and this kid did really well for herself. But like, that's something I told my daughter, and it wasn't like a weekly checklist for me, like, what did you do this week? But it was more like, hey, if somebody tells you there's a scholarship opportunity, sign up for it. Go to your guidance counselor, see if there are scholarship opportunities, because not everybody is willing to write a 2-page essay, and you are. Because she asked me a long time ago, it's like, who when I go to college, who's going to pay for it? It's the same person who paid for me to go to college. She's like, you didn't go to college. I was like, absolutely.
Because I had to pay for it.
Right. It's just not going to happen. So
I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, Matt.
Hey, good to see you, Matt. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I was paying for mine, and that's why I originally started off looking at, with ROTC scholarship and stuff, was because, okay, well, the Army will pay me, and then because I couldn't qualify on my own, and then, or because I was a dependent, and mom and dad, made just enough to not qualify for need-based scholarship, but not enough to pay for scholarship.
I was working in restaurants when I finished high school, so it was like, do you go to college? And I started to go to college, and then I realized that it wasn't for me. When I was offered basically a supervisor management position, I'm just like, yeah, well, I'll just start making money now.
Yeah, that was it for me. By the time I finished, I dropped out my 4th year, almost there. But it's like, I had been doing, I was studying radio and television at that time. I had a job in radio already. I was like,
so what are you doing?
And I'm looking around going like, none of these fools have a degree.
Right.
The only people who have a degree are the business guys, and they don't have radio degrees. I'm like, what? This is a waste of flipping money. And now I always make the joke whenever I'm talking to my HR guys today, and they're like, "Oh, you have to put down on your list of stuff when you're looking for a job. I would tell them you had to have a college degree." I said, "No, I don't have a college degree." I said, and I argued. I said, what difference does it make if they have experience and they can do the job? I don't have a college freaking degree. If I had my college degree in radio, how would that have helped me in what I do today?
I feel that as someone who's come from the hospitality industry,
right?
Like, if somebody has like a bartending, like I went to bartending school, that's a surefire red flag. It's a red flag, because if you had to go to bartending school to get good at bartending, that means you didn't spend your time bartending. And if you didn't spend your time bartending, you're probably not a good fucking bartender. Like, You can learn how to make a Moscow Mule, right? But can you learn how to deal with 3 drunk girls, some guy at the end of the bar screaming about the jukebox, 3 people who want you to change the channel to different things, all while you make a Moscow Mule and deal with your drunk coworker trying to tickle you at the same time? No, you're not a fucking bartender. Like, it's not. It's the circus. It's not something you can learn how to do without doing it.
Different bartending, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've done it everywhere from like 5-star, Michelin star restaurants to dive bars to catering weddings. Like I've bartended in just about every aspect of the business, and I can tell you what I like doing, what I'm good at doing, what I can't do, what I will do, what I won't do, and what I've never done is gone to bartender's college. It seems like an incredible waste of money and time.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but Mark's not back. He said half an hour, 50 minutes ago. I have to run. Work is pushing me, and I have been on the clock. So I deeply apologize to end the stream abruptly.
You got paid for this.
Until next time, guys, remember, Mark, so we are Legion something, I guess. We are Legion, question mark?
Legion-ish.
We are Legion.
Adjacent.
Tangent.